I'm drawing is, excuse me, right now what I'm, excuse me, I don't want to look too crazy, but I had it on because of mosquitoes. It helps, with the face and everything, man, and your neck on the real to keep from having to swipe and stuff like that. I throw this on and it helps with mosquitoes and stuff. But anyway, beyond that, that's obsolete. At the end of the day, what I'm drawing right now is something that this damn thing started bothering me on. All right. Now, the last time that I streamed, the last couple of times that I streamed, which was one earlier today and then last night in the midst of that rain, I was not being touched on, right? Just like right now as I'm speaking. Besides me itching right here, real bad. I got like a huge bite or something. Uh, I was just sitting there. You get my point? I was just sitting still on purpose. I'm not being touched on. I can sit up just fine. I'm not gonna play games, bro. This thing, whether it's a spirit or technology, whatever it is, bro, I can't see it with my own two eyes, but I have evidence of, just like people have watched Paranormal Activity. Y'all know I have evidence of my clothes being grabbed and stuff like that. I get touched on all weird and stuff, and I'm tired of it, and it angers me. And my yelling and stuff is why I'm in the predicament that I'm in. As far as, it's not holistically. It's said to be the least thing there, but I know that my yelling is part of it. Now, I wasn't told that, but you can pretty much question beyond it. And I can't help but understand, but at the same time, people don't seek to understand your mentality and how you reacting to the situation. You know what I mean? It is very hard, man, once people know what's going on. I'm not being bothered right now besides my left hand. But when I said people don't understand, my left hand heated up. I don't want any response from this thing. I'm not trying to be evil towards it. It want to watch me in life and stuff like that. That's another thing. But all of this heavy response stuff I can't deal with. Straight up. What's happening is I am recording the evidence of the harassment I endure daily, which causes me to have outbursts that people would perceive as a mental illness, such as schizophrenia or psychosis, but it's not either of those. So I have to watch how I carry myself, and I have plenty of proof that I'm not either of those. I have a psychiatrist I go to frequently, and besides him just changing states that he's in, I have plenty of medical history for proof of the things that I'm feeling in my body to not be false and me not have any health issues, underlying health issues. I'm good. I have to repeat a lot of this stuff because it's newcomers. I haven't ever seen your name in itself before. Totally understand what you're going through, bro. I appreciate the seeking to understand. Honestly, I ain't being ignorant, but you have to go through the same thing kind of to understand. But it is appreciated to be understood if you feel like you understand. Because anybody that shows that they feel like they understand, that's to appreciate with something like this. That's for real. Because most people, the first thing they're going to call you is mental. They don't even try to question nothing. They say looks can be deceiving in this world. You know what I mean? You can walk past a lot of people that you wouldn't expect to be what they are. In certain places in the world, some places it's obvious. You going to work just like everybody else. But even then, some people are the feds. You know what I mean? That's how federal agents work. They work regular jobs, and then next thing you know, voila, he's a federal agent. You know what I mean? He was broke, he was homeless on the street, then next thing you know, something like that comes out. That's how a lot of things work in this world. As far as unexpected, you never know in a lot of cases what somebody has capabilities of. Whether something as an example just like that or something else. But I just know it's very hard to understand enough that when people are saying that you can't see it, and it's stuff that can't be shown on YouTube. YouTube has guidelines I can't break the rules of, so I can't show other evidence that I have acquired that I've shown my psychiatrist that will help you more so understand, you know, everything that I'm going through. That stuff you don't really want to show a dude like that anyway, honestly. To keep it real. So at the end of the day, it's a horrible thing to be going through, bro. I wouldn't wish it on anybody. Real talk. I can't believe I'm going through it every day. But I know what I was just feeling, just the irritation, touching all of that shit on my ears and shit. Bro, I was wearing this thing on my head for I don't know how long. I'm telling you, it's based around this thing can only handle so long of me drawing like I do. It's trying to pull me from my art. Cause I sit up all day. I will forget about all of this shit, and as long as I got this shit right here in front of me, I'm good. I'm not. I'm real talk, not fucked up. Long can eat based on bare minimum. I don't have to be greedy and overeat. You know what I mean? I don't like to eat wild anyway and nastily. I like to watch what I eat. So eating ain't a problem for the most part. Real talk. If it come from the earth, I eat it. But I don't like to eat a lot of cooked food from other people. You know what I mean? Because people can poison this stuff. This is for real. Just like, and that's real talk. People can poison your food, fuck you up. You know what I mean? So you got to be careful what you take from people when it's cooked food. And I'm not playing. Like I just seen something happen with my grandmother just not too long ago that was caught on camera. You wouldn't believe some stuff you wouldn't believe, man. But neighbors that you trust and everything, you got to be careful, bro. You can't trust your neighbors sometimes, and that's why I move like I move. I ain't got time for no, especially men. Man, I ain't got time for men, bro. They gonna be the nastiest for anybody. Girls usually gonna be pretty. You know what I mean? It's usually gonna be a man that's gonna say, "Fuck it, bro. I'm a man. I don't give a damn." You know what I mean? Be a man about it. You know what I mean? Straight up. But it's just a little dirt. Be a man about it. Shit, that translates to it's just a little shit in your drawers. Be a man about it. It's just some shit. That's how men think, though. I'm keeping it real. So shit, that's why I don't fuck with men, bro. Keep it real honest. Stay to myself, and I do what I do for women. As far as my projects, as far as my art, I used to draw a bunch. Upon waking up, realized I was drawing a bunch of men. My recognition came from a bunch of men. I wasn't drawing women like that. So now I dedicate all of my energy, my artistic abilities into drawing women. And I don't get the same reaction when I draw women like I do with men. See, I drew all of them men, Snoop Dogg, Wiz Khalifa, all of them men, all of them years. And, you know, nobody had any problem with that. Everybody had good stuff to say. They said I was gonna be big someday. You worth a lot of money for drawing Snoop Dogg over and over again, and other men. But when I started drawing women, that's where everybody look at it like it's weird, and that's why I keep on doing it because y'all got a damn problem, bro. Women body is seen to be as a work of art, and I don't see no other man really expressing it like that, like I do. And I'm just keeping it real. That's why with this leopard print thing, if I really went to the extent out here and said it like I want to, like I'm gonna have to start publicizing because they don't know where that really came from. They don't know where that leopard print kitty, Hello Kitty, why it's being worn like that. That's me that started that shit. I'm not making up none of that. And y'all know that. I got the evidence of it. I ain't gotta make up none of that. All of that leopard print, people ain't know the difference between leopard print and cheetah print. It's about intelligence. A cat, it's a big cat, it's a kitty. And so what I did, I'm not gonna even explain it out here. It's not about re-explaining. I do what I do as far as my art for women. Everything is dedicated towards the woman and female, you know, as far as my behalf. I ain't got time to be dedicating my art to men no more. It's just weird to me, man. It's weird. I did that for years, all my life. Dragon Ball Z, when I was a boy, drawing Goku and shit. Just dudes, dudes, dudes. Really never, nothing about no females, bro. And if anything, that's what we do. Everything what we do for females, you know. Niggas want to impress a female with how they dress, the car they drive. You know what I mean? Shit. Instead of creating a t-shirt company, that's why, like I told y'all, I want to design underwear for women. Stuff like that. Lingerie. You know what I mean? Do something different instead of doing what everybody else do. Everybody thinks to do t-shirts. So Corey's gonna do lingerie, draw their panties and stuff like that. I'd rather see some women's walking around than that. You know, not on some weird shit, but just that's dope. Just something you dedicated to the opposite sex that most don't do. You know what I mean? Like Gucci and Prada. Now you know the fractal design that I have as far as my discovery. I literally have a pair that I can show, but I can't on here right now. I have to show those coming up on my page. You know, I love to fucking go. I have to keep that on the list for right now, at least. Okay, so yeah, real talk. But anyway, nothing's bothering me anymore. I'm not being touched on no more. I'm back to a normal human being state of peace and everything. You know what I mean? It should stay like this. I'm tired of being bothered. But I thank y'all for coming through. I use YouTube in order to record everything that I go through. So that's I re-explain, like I say, for newcomers, because people come in and they don't know what's going on. A lot of people, you know what I mean? So that keeps you from having to be ill-informed of what the hell I'm talking about. You know what I mean? That's the end of this one. Peace out. If I have, hold on. If I have any more problems, I will be right back. I'm telling the honest to God truth, bro. And I use this. What I usually do is because what it does is it stops as soon as I start recording. That's what's crazy. I'll be drawing, it'll be bothering me, and then as soon as I start recording, all of that shit stops. I'm as normal as I am now, and it needs to stay like this.